Have you been getting cold and wet on your adventure bike rides? Or have you been getting like hot and thirsty and dry on all the crazy places we take our adventure bikes? Well, I thought about that, and so I thought, why don't I sort of take you through the gear that I use to avoid that? And well, seems to be a lot here, a lot. And what have I got in here? What, there's more? There's more jackets in here? Does Janine know all about all this stuff? Oh my gosh, there's boots, there's more jackets. Okay, we'll just close that. We'll just close that. Greetings and welcome to Clark Street Customs channel. Today we're going to look at some of the gear that I use. I just came back from a 1400k ride and it rained, like we're talking biblical quantities of rain, and I was completely dry. How did I do it? Well, number one thing, you got to have, it's layers people, it's layers. So start with, I start with my trusty merino long johns, long pants, whatever you call them. And big shout out to the merino farmers down on the South Island of our beautiful country where I live in New Zealand. You know, merino, it's a beautiful natural product. It's a naturally flame proof. When it gets wet, you don't get cold. It's an incredible product. So you start with that. Number two, your other inner layer for me is these awesome Heattech. These are actually cotton, but they're Heattech, and they go and they're really nice on your skin. And so I wear that first. Over the top of that, I put a t-shirt or another top under my jacket. But that's number one. Start there. So we've got our base layer on. What do we go to next? Well, you've got to have some good pants. And so I've been running these. These are the Exxon Edis series adventure pants. These, well, look, it says dry on it. Well, that means something. And so I tested these. I've tested these a bit. The last trip, it rained for 3 days solid. One trip. And I'll put a link to the video. One trip, one part of it, it was an hour and a half. We have rain in Aotearoa, New Zealand, but this was something I've never experienced. Like, we're talking 2 hours of constant rain, heavy duty. And I had these on, plus my jacket, we'll see in a minute, and I was dry. So get yourself some really good pants. Now, so I can highly recommend. These are the Exxon, they're made in France. They have got, and I run the thermal layer on the inside for winter, and then take those out for summer. So that's the layer on the bottom there. Then matched up is the Exxon Edis Adventure Series over jacket. In the winter, of course, I run the removable thermal, and it's got this cool word on it here. I saw this the other day and I was putting it on. I was going like air block technology. Yeah, so that goes on the inside. That jacket, again, designed in France. Put your name on inside your jackets too, peeps. You know, you never know. And this one's got the cool little flicky things there to hang things on. It's got lots of pockets. It's, it's got lots of, stuff. You can let that down to let the air in when it's cold, but the main thing I want to say is that it is completely waterproof. 3 days of pouring rain and it kept me dry. So that goes there. Right, how do you keep the little digital things warm? If you're like me watching this, you're going, Mike, my hands get so darn cold, and the older I get, the more warm I need for my digits. And so here's my theory, here's my method. Number one, another layers again, merino under gloves. I can't stress how good these are. You know, you put these on under your gloves. I even put them on in the sort of autumn, fall for you Americans. But yeah, merino under gloves. That's the first layer for your digits. Then I chuck on, I'm using these mobile warming gloves at the moment. Obviously they've got the batteries, you flick them on. Hey, let's just throw it on so you can see. Let's just do a little experiment here. Okay, are you ready? We go like this, and we get look, a red light, and we can go down to so that's like, let me go back. Red, that's like toasty, that's like burning your hands. We go to a medium orange, we go to a green, that's like 50%, and then we go down to blue, which is like 25%. I run them on the green setting, and on the green setting, I'll get about 5 hours out of the batteries. Now, the thing is though, that's cool, but they are not completely waterproof. Let's switch them off. Hold it down, switch it off. There we go. They're not completely waterproof. And so this last trip from my dear mate Nick, I'm not a big fan of the overgloves, but this was so rainy, I used some overgloves on top of these, and it was great because it was just seriously crazy rain. What I typically do though is have those, and then I have a spare pair. So if it rains one day, I've got another pair to take. These are my summer riding gloves. These are old fires. I've had these for so long. I love these gloves. These have been on track days. These have been on pretty much, been everywhere. So 2 pairs of gloves. You have a wet day, you have a second pair to wear, and then you can dry out your others when you get to your campsite. Don't forget, so that's our digits are warm. Oh, and heated grips. Heated grips, let's talk about that for a sec. Heated grips are cool, they're good. When it's really cold though, you know, they can only heat the inside of your hand, and then the outside of your little digis still get cold, which is why heated gloves are good. By the way, it was so cold and wet on this last trip. I had the heated grips on my Tiger Rally Pro up to the maximum roasting setting. I had the merinos on, I had the heated gloves, and I had the over gloves. Yeah, call me a bit, you know, soft these days. That I was comfy. Yeah, when you're 19, you remember. Anyway, let's not go there. Okay, where was I? All right. Hey, yeah, no, don't forget your buff, your neck tube, whatever you want to call it. That comes next. Put that on. Make sure you got that. I always stick it over. I don't know what you folks do, but I always stick it over. I always yeah. What do I do? So I always put it over like that when I'm walking around, but then I always go like that. I put my earplugs in, we'll come to that. I go like that, and then I chuck my helmet on. What do you do? Put in your comments below what you do. Oh, and then I always put it on, and these, you know, back up as a beanie, because, you know, one's got to keep your hair looking good, and mine never looks good once it's got a helmet on, so, you know, I'll put the beanie on, and you can double up as that. So that goes next. Right, where were we? Okay, we've got our hands are warm, our body's warm. Next thing, our boots. Oh, earplugs. Lots and lots of comments around earplugs. I'm getting on now in a few years. I like music. I play musical instruments. I actually like to hear. I've got a few, not many, but a few. I've got many motorcycle mates, but a few of them are, you know, ran through the years with the earplugs in their ears and they can't hear nothing. So peeps, use your earplugs, even with a good helmet like we're going to see soon. I use my ReSound. These are musicians' earplugs made for my ears. Means I can hear the sweet sounds of my motorcycle, and I can hear when I get to 80 years old. Yeah. Where was I? Okay, let's go to boots. We're down to the boots now. Here's my road boots for my road bikes. Yeah, I've had these for so many years. Anyway, these are fine on your road bike, on the tarmac, you know, it allows you to have lots of feel when you're shifting. But when you're on an adventure bike, you're going off-road, these are no good. These are no good. And they are not going to keep you warm. So I'm on to these now. I'm on to my CD Adventure 2s. Now, I know all your hard-out adventure guys and gals on your 5-clip, 4-clip motocross boots. I've been down that track. For me now that I'm not doing such extreme off-road stuff, I find this has been the best compromise for my style of riding now. They've got a nice heel on them. I can still walk to the cafe. Did I say that aloud? Yeah, I can still walk to that. I can walk up to that nice spot to take a photo. And they have got a bit of give that way, but the important thing is they've got really good toe, shin and heel protection, and you cannot move these side to side. Even though it's only a 2-buckle boot, they're comfy, and the other thing about the CD Adventure 2s is they are waterproof. And I've tested these out. These things really are waterproof. A lot of boots say they are, but these are really waterproof. So for me, that's a great combo in the middle between a full-on motocross boot, which I know they give you heaps more protection, and some of the sort of softer edged adventure boots. The CD Adventure 2 is, for me, a really, really nice compromise. All right, helmets. So as you can probably tell, my style of riding now, as I'm getting older, I am doing, slightly less extreme. So for me, what's important about a helmet is the quietness, relative lightness, and I want one with an internal visor, like a, what do you call that? One that's shaded. Yeah. I'm running a Shoei GT Air 3, which I've had a few Shoeis now. Shoei, as you're probably supposed to say it. And shout out to my Japanese friends, Shoei. I've had a Shoei GT Air 1, which I loved. I ran that for like 8 years. Probably a bit longer than I should have, but I loved it. So I've just got myself, recently the GT Air 3. The thing I didn't like about the GT Air 1 was that the visor that comes down, which I talked about, and I can't remember what you call that. It's a visor. It's shaded. If I come up, let's bring you in here. The Shoei GT Air 1, it only sort of went to about there, and it was really annoying because you had this big gap. But what they've changed, and I think they did it on the 2 as well, is that goes right all the way down. So that's good. The main thing is, though, it's quiet. It's not too heavy. I think this is a large size. It weighs 1,700 grams. Don't know what that is in pounds for you Americans. And I really like it. Now, it's not an adventure helmet, but like I say, I'm not doing heaps of that stuff right now. But for road work and light off-roading, it's absolutely fantastic, and it's quiet. The other thing they did is that they put it down in the middle there so you can do that. The other ones are on the side, and it's just a nice clip. You push that in, and up it goes. Yep. So there you go. And they changed the strap as well, so now it's thinner, and it just flicks in as opposed to, your double-sided loopy thingy. There you go. Using that. Right, so we're warm, we're dry. I was never really a fan. When I was on road bike, I never wore a backpack because it was uncool. Let's face it. Now that I'm going out there and going out for days, and you got to keep yourself hydrated. Wow, there's still something in there. It doesn't taste that good. Anyway, so I'm using a Usway. This is the Usway. What is this? This is the Usway MTB12 Hydro. It's got heaps of room in it. So in here I can put my clothes for a weekend, literally, my spare clothes, my wallet, my charging cables, plus it's 3 litre capacity, but I put 1.5 litres of water in it. That's good enough for me for a day's ride. Not a, well, 1.5 is, yeah, enough. And put that on my back, and so I've got everything I need on my person. My wallet, my passport if I'm traveling, if you're overseas, it's got everything you need in your backpack, so if you toss your bike away, you can jump off, hitch a ride, get to the airport, and get yourself home because you've got everything on your person. That's something I've learned over the years. So one of those, plus you've got hydration with you. Okay, that is my setup. I hope that was useful to you. Leave a comment below about what you're riding, what you could suggest that I might do differently as well, because hey, we're all in this community together. How can we remain warm, dry in the winter? How can we make sure that we're cool in the summer? Oh, by the way, the only thing that jacket doesn't have, and the hot thing, is it doesn't have removable sleeves. I reckon that is a good thing to have. So yeah, maybe something to think about too. Thanks so much, everyone. Appreciate you. Thank you for watching the channel. Thank you for supporting the channel. Hope that was useful. Appreciate you lots. Thanks for watching.